What's up everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Six Studios. And today's just going to be a quick little video. We're actually going to be working on a Phantom of the Opera mask. Now I picked this thing up at Spirit Halloween not too long ago, and the quality is pretty good. Not gonna lie. I think it's made out of ABS plastic. It's nice and sturdy. It went by Deluxe Phantom Mask. And for 10 bucks, I don't know. Works good to me. Now, I've actually never seen any Phantom of the Opera cosplayers at any conventions, so upon seeing this, I saw a few little things that could be done to it to just improve it that little much more. And then I also thought, Phantom of the Opera cosplay? Why not? Let's do it. Now, the best part about this little project is that it actually doesn't require much. Dremel, some spray primer, some pearl spray paint, and some acrylic paint. But we'll get to that. Now, what we're going to be doing is just taking the Dremel and grinding down this part right here, right there, right around the eye socket right there, and just taking it to that next level. And then after that, we're actually going to be hitting it with a spray primer, hit it with the pearl, and then we're going to be giving it a wash with both pink and purple acrylic. So what are we standing around here for? Let's get to work. Okay, so as you can see, I took a pencil and just drew the spots where we need to shave down. And it's really not that much. A few spots here and there, they were the high spots. But right now, we're going to remove these tabs. Just did that just to get a good idea of where we need them to be. Okay, so now we have a clean slate to work with. Now let's get to shaving. Okay, so what I think we're going to do here, in this light, you could really see the details and the deep crevices in the mask. The details really pop out in certain light. However, I think if we were to use white primer, all that detail and the valleys would kind of get lost. So what we're going to do now is just clean it up with a rag, make sure there's no dirt or excess from when we shaved it all off. And what I think we're going to do is go over it with a gray primer, and then with the metallic pearl mist paint. And what will happen is that all the details will be that much more exaggerated. And now we're going to give it a pink and purple wash anyway, but I think that's just going to bring those details to life a little bit more. Okay, so now that we got a few coats of both pearl and white on here, kind of mixed in together with the base of the gray primer, it really works to the effect that we're going for. Now what we're going to be doing is taking an acrylic hot pink and an acrylic petunia purple, basically a light purple. We're going to be going in there, and I have like the softest brush that I could find, and we're just going to be dry brushing it and then going in to the creviced areas, the deep valleys, just to kind of give it a little bit more definition and make it a little bit more like the mask that is used on Broadway. So it's really not a ton of work, but it's going to make all the difference. So now we're just going to take some of that lighter purple, the petunia purple, and just go into the really deep spots. Now it's really not going to be much, but just a little subtle touch. So after a few more passes with the purple, I started taking just a damp paper towel and just sort of feathering it in, and I realized that with the brow up here, it wasn't really deep enough of a crevice, so once I get to a certain point, I'm just going to have to leave it alone and just let it be. With the proper lighting and everything, and it's going to be at a distance, you're not even going to see it anyway. But as for the rest of it, I know it looks a little splotchy on camera, but in reality, it's not. I guess this is a case of a lighter base coming through the acrylic paint. Now, probably the best way to do a mask like this is with an airbrush, which I do not have, so the dry brush approach is just going to have to do for now. But other than that, I actually really enjoy it. I'm going to clean up the edges a little bit more, maybe do a little dry brushing with white, but for the most part, yeah, I'm actually really digging how this looks. Okay, so the next part in this is readjusting and reapplying the strap. Now originally the strap was right there, right above the eyebrow, and right there. We're actually going to leave the position where it is, but we're going to raise it up higher. That way it can be hid right into the hairline, so it can blend right in. You won't see it sticking out, going around the side. It'll actually blend in perfectly the way it does in the Broadway show. Now what I did was, took a piece of foam so it's soft, that way it won't rub off or scratch the paint job. So what we're going to do now is actually take sandpaper and just make sure that surface is nice and scuffed up. That way the glue will adhere that much stronger to it. This is actually a rough grit sandpaper. Same thing right here. Okay, so I actually had to move it from here to there. This is more in the middle. Hopefully that'll hide a little bit better. Just a test, trial and error until I get it right, I guess. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Cut and print, that's a wrap on the repaint of the Phantom of the Opera mask. Really not a whole lot of work at all, but sometimes a little bit of detail goes a long way, and it certainly applies here. Now, I've really not seen a whole lot of Phantom of the Opera cosplayers at all, but I do know that there are Facebook groups dedicated to the costuming from the play. Definitely worth checking out. But like I said at the beginning, this is a quick little video, but hopefully you guys are able to take something away from it. If not, I thank you for watching anyway. And if you like this video and want to check out more, you can find my Facebook page over here, my Instagram page over here, and as usual, stay weird, stay tuned.